It's another great day at the Solomon Trading Institute. Go ahead and book a call so that you can see what all of this stuff is all about that you're kind of looking at, reading, and perhaps hearing. I want you to pause this video when you get an opportunity so that you can read this in its entirety. It's important that you read this. This is mandated by the United States government for people who are like me, who's just a teacher, not licensed, not a financial advisor, or anything of that nature. So go ahead and read that. Solomon Trading Institute, money market edge software and education that you can bank on. We're going to teach you everything that you need to know. As I always do ad nauseum, let you know that the money is there, $437.4 billion. You can Google it yourself. How much money is in the futures market on a daily basis? You'd be surprised to realize and understand that this money is available for you. And the United States government wants us to participate. That is the reason you get tax breaks from capital gains tax. That is the reason that they allow you direct access if this is what you want to do. All right, so guess what? In our trade room, we trade each and every single day. Some people are trading one contract, two contracts, three, all the way from 1 to 10. Depends on you and where you are. We provide an education that you absolutely can bank on. You see what those lions do in the jungle. They kill. That's what we do as well. My mother's the inspiration for what is being done. So it's Mother's Day last weekend. So I just kind of keeping that going just for a little bit because it feels good to honor my mother, to talk about it. Monday, May the 15th, 2023, $290 per contract potential. And that's the chart that we traded. On Tuesday, May the 16th, 2023, $140 per contract potential on that day. And that's the chart that was traded. Remember, $140 times 10 is $1,040 times 20, $2,080 or what have you. Just depends on how many contracts you're trading. On Wednesday, May the 17th, $665 per contract potential on this particular day. Hey, guess what? That's the chart that was being traded. Usually I show my chart. This is a student's chart. Tariq Wheatley from New Jersey. This is the chart that he actually traded. Had him send that to me so that I could show the trades on today. All right. So now, guess what? When you come with us, and I'm thinking that you will. When you come with us, remember, it's not a get rich quick scheme. So for the first 30 days, you're going to be learning what we do, and then you're going to be practicing for about 30 days, and then you'll be able to tap into what we do. Now, one of the things, the reason that we have to study is because we understand there's some things that we have to understand. In order to make a profitable trade, there are some things that you're going to have to know. And first of all, for us, it's the trading plan in this box here. And in this trading plan, you can see that there are 5 steps or 5 components to the trading plan. And step 1 is what we call forecasting. Step 2 is what we call recognition. Step 3 is what we call entry. Step 4 is what we call managing. And step 5, we have to get out of there. You see that? And so during these days here, you will spend learning these steps. And then also the next 90 to 120 days, you will spend practicing what you have learned. So that's important that you understand it's not a get rich quick scheme, it's a get rich slow scheme. So what we do is teach you. So let's just talk about step 1. Forecasting. So when you talk about forecasting, what are we talking about? Trading is almost like a math problem, right? There are multi dimensions to the equation, and if you get one of them wrong, more than likely the bottom line is what they call it will be wrong. The final outcome will be wrong. So it's important that each phase is understood. That's the reason we have a freshman class. We make sure you understand. Then a sophomore class. We make sure you understand the next part of the training plan. Then a junior class. We make sure that you understand that part. And then the senior class, then you begin to apply what it is that you've learned. You take your evaluation for your prop firm so you can trade other people's money, and then you enter into the trading room and you join the rest of us. Okay, so now check this out. What is forecasting? What will I be learning? First of all, I have to learn to understand the impact that news announcements have on the market. So sometimes there's an announcement, there's a financial announcement that comes out, and what it does is it affects the market. Sometimes it makes it go faster than it normally goes. Sometimes it makes the market go slower than it would normally go. Sometimes it makes the range wider than it normally would be. And then sometimes it makes the range of the day more narrow than it normally would be. Regardless of what happens, we know how to adapt and respond, but we have to at least know that it's happening. So that's the first thing of forecasting. So the definition of forecasting basically is to know which way the market should or should not go, right? That is what forecasting is. All right, so if we had to define forecasting, we would say understanding and knowing what the market should or should not do. All right, so this is what forecasting is. And in order for us to know what the market should or should not do, number one, we have to identify the high impact news. The next thing we have to identify is the day type, okay? The day type for institutional interpretation. So what we have to understand is that in the intraday space, and listen to me good, all right, in the intraday space, there is a group of traders, and those traders are basically what we call retail day traders, like you and like me. But also inside of the market are institutional traders, and they're trading from a larger time frame. So it's places within that larger time frame that they like to enter the market, whether for buying or selling, right? Okay, so what we're doing is we're understanding from a big picture. So the software looks back 1,000 bars and it looks back 10 time frames, and it gathers things like the range, the volume weighted average price. It gives you these statistical absolutes so that you would know exactly where you fitting in the smaller version of what's going on, in the micro version of a macro move or situation or setting. So what we're able to do is determine where is the footprint, the digital footprint of those large institutional traders. Where are they entering the market? Because think about it, they scale in the market because they have so many contracts. Like you and I, we may be trading 20 contracts max, 10 contracts, things of that nature. They trade hundreds of contracts. So they can't enter the market with hundreds of contracts because they will move the market too quick before they get a chance to manipulate us, right? So therefore, they do it strategically and methodically. So because we understand that, that is what helps us understand the day type. What kind of day is it going to be? Is it going to be a sideways day? Is it going to be a long day or a short day? Now, for those of you who don't know anything about trading, and we take you from zero to hero, or we can pick you up at the 50-yard line and take you on to the goal line if you're already trading. But what we do is we help you. So for those who don't know, long means we expect price to rise. Short means we expect price to drop. Now, after we determine that, now we know which way we should be looking. Think about this. The only reason people lose trades is because they think the market is going up when it's actually going down, or they think it's going down when it's actually going up. And if you look at our charts, when it's going up, it's green. When it's going down, it's red. You see what I mean? All right. Now, the next thing after we check that box, we have to go to our next box, because now we need to know, and think about it, we're just talking about forecasting now. That's why it's not a get rich quick scheme, right? You have to learn something. All right, the next thing we know is now we have to identify major structures, because at these major structures, we'll have high volume, right? And so what we know is that at major structures is where fights happen? And the fights for what do you mean fights? Well, fights for control of price. All right. The buyers are fighting to push it down. The sellers, the buyers are fighting to push it up. The sellers are fighting to push it down. Okay. So there is a control area, a place here, and it's high volume. But guess what? At those places of control where this fight is taking place, you and I, the small fish, we don't want to get involved. So some people lose their money when they're trading because there are some high volume areas on their charts that they didn't know was going to be there. Now, a lot of times people like to, trade off of whole numbers or trade off of quarter points and things of that nature. But guess what? There are more structures on a chart that's created by the price action than just those static numbers and those static things that you know. And that's why you lose money. So what we do is we identify these areas, avoid these areas, use these areas to make determinations on what the price should or should not do based on how they act at a structure. Actually, when price gets to a structure, first of all, you have to know that the structure is there. And then when price gets to a structure, now you have to understand there are one of three things that can happen at these structures. We teach you this so you'll understand. All right. Now, after we check that box, here, then we have to do what we call momentum confirmation, right? Because we need to know not only which way the market is going, right? Is it going up? Is it going down? But we need to know a little bit more than that. I want to know, is it going up fast or is it going up slow? I want to know, is it going down fast or is it going to go down slow? I have to know momentum. So we do an analysis from higher time frames as well. That's what top down means so that you can understand the momentum. Now, think about this. Everything that I just said, that's only 20% of what you need to know to go into the market and make money every single day. Some people are trading and they don't even know this. And all this is literally is 20%. 20%. The only thing you can do with what I just told you is to go into the market and lose your money. You have to get the other 80% of information. And that's what we want to do. And after you get the information, then heck, that's just knowledge. Now you have to comprehend it, right? So first of all, you have to know it. And then you have to comprehend it. That is the reason we have teachers and instructors. Then after you comprehend it, guess what you have to do? You have to apply it. You need real world application, right? And you need somebody taking you by the hand at every step of the way. That's what we do. All right, to apply it. And then guess what? Now you have to execute it. Guess what? At no point when you come with us, you will not ever have to do or go through this stuff all by yourself. From every step, from the knowledge, you're going to be taught. Then the comprehension, listen, you're going to be watched. And then for the application, you're going to be critiqued. And then to execute, we're going to do it together because we have a trade room that you'll be in there and you'll be able to ask questions as the market is dynamically moving. You see that? So guess what? You know what? God has it set up for you. All you have to do is take the step. Now, he can't take the step for you. I can't take the step for you. And if you're listening to people who are talking about trading and they are not a trader and they're not a profitable trader, then they don't know what they're talking about. You can tell them I said it. They don't know what they're talking about. You have to get in here. And it's just amazing to me how people ask other people who do not do something, should they do something? You know, I know that's not you, but some people are. And it's just amazing to me. If you are a trader, we want to help you improve your skills. So no, if you are a trader, you may not be on the goal line. You may actually be at midfield, right? So if you do not trade and you have not traded, right, when you start, this is where you're going. This is the touchdown right here. and then you're starting right here, right? And you have to work your way down. And guess what? We help you do that. But if you're already a trader, you're probably starting somewhere here. In other words, you know some things, you know about some patterns and some candles, and you understand how to move around on the chart. You know how to use your chart trader. You know what an ATM strategy is. You know how to set your contracts, but you haven't made $1 million in a year. You haven't been profitable. Well, guess what? One of the things that I know is that the way up is down. And sometimes we have to back up and take a step backwards or 2 steps backwards so we can take 100 steps forward. What I can tell you, and we've looked at the testimonials, what I can tell you is that we have that juice. We can help you, and actually we want to help you. So I definitely pray that I have an opportunity to meet you. Now, every single day, you get strategy support, and we help you get to that place of success. And like I talked about the phases, we'll take you through phase 1, which is giving you the knowledge, the things that you have to know. Then we're going to take you to phase 2, and then we're going to help you comprehend what it is that we just taught you. Then we're going to take you to phase 3, where you're going to then apply it, and then we're going to roll over to phase 4. We'll be working and doing it together. Because you'll be executing at that point. Go to our website, moneymarketedge.com, check our free training out. We want to help you live a legacy for those who are behind you, you and your posterity. And if you just need more information, you're just hearing about this, you saw a couple of videos and you say, well, what is he talking about? Well, you can go and get this book. And you can kind of read a little bit. You won't be able to trade from the book because the book is just giving you the knowledge and the information. But you need not only knowledge, but you need comprehension. You need somebody explaining to you. You need to ask questions. That's where learning takes place in the Q&A sessions, right? Bloom's taxonomy, you got to be aware of something, and then you have to be able to comprehend it. And that's where the teacher-student relationship kicks in. This is what we want to do. This is a calling of mine. This is the will of God for your life. And persons who have joined us, they see this also as a calling, as ministry to help, people. And we have people from all walks of life, all different creeds, all different religions, all different ethnicities, 3 different countries, 15, 16 different states. And we'd love for you to be a part of what we do as well. If you want more information, go ahead and tap into moneymarketedge.com and text the word profits to 94253. A link tree will pop up. A link will come to your phone. You click that, and the link tree will pop up. And you have an opportunity to look at testimonials, hear interviews from me, with me and others. And this will be something that you'll be so glad that you didn't let pass you by. On behalf of the staff and all of the persons who are with us and work with us, Money Market Edge and Solomon Trading Institute, it's the will of God that you prosper. And over here, winning is a lifestyle. We don't just trade the market, but we kill it. God bless you. Have a wonderful night.